Oh, we're actually live. Welcome to the Crossroads. We're going to do an STFC tutorial tonight, and I'm here with my friend Gump.
Hello.
Gump is a level 16-9.
Yeah, as of yesterday. Woo.
We're going to be talking tonight about ship mechanics, and specifically about the Reliant. We've been having a problem. So we're both high-level players, and the Reliant starts out as a very small ship. And that's how it always is whenever we release these specialty ships, which means we've got much lower level players coming in, killing our ship, and keeping us from getting all of the materials that we are farming. It's the curse of being no level 70. So we wanted to talk about that and what we can do to make that less functional. Gump, what do you think we should talk about first? Should we talk about the...
Well, you could go with...
Do I talk about the Reliant shot patterns? And how
I mean, I feel like that comes into play. I mean, it does have a ridiculous shot pattern. You want to pull up that, do you have that graphic or that website?
I do. In here. So your audio isn't working in here, Gump, but mine is. So the shot patterns for this, as you should be able to see, every single round, just a ridiculous number of shots, the same number in every round. And if you use that, I'm going to switch back over to the stream so that Gump comes back in. If we use that along with a PvP crew, especially a PvP crew that gets additional shots, we can make that little extremely underpowered ship kind of nasty. And actually, Gump's been doing that. He put a PvP crew on it, and he's had people with much larger ships come out. And, I mean, the screenshots I saw, I think, were pretty nasty.
It's a rude awakening when they give you a couple of million of the resources instead of taking yours. And kind of funny at the same time. They get mad if you laugh at them too.
Yeah. I mean, one thing you need to know about Gump is he never goes after people. Or at least I've never seen him go after people.
Nope, it's not my style.
But he lets them come to them.
Bring it.
I get a 60 survey.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the surveys. So that shot pattern, along with a PvP officer like, oh, I don't know, maybe Freeman, gives you additional shots.
She could count.
Makes you kind of nasty. Have you played with Freeman versus Wayun?
Yeah, Wayun. I mean, Wayun's good. It catches people off guard, especially if they're not, scanning the ship. They just click on it and look at the power, and they're like, "Oh, I can take that. It's got loot," and then they go hit it. Wayun can still, punch up quite a bit, but Freeman, with her 100% on the shot patterns, she's a beast of her own. And it's an interesting addition to that ship and its insane shot pattern. I had an NSEA come and hit me. That was, where was it? It was almost double my ship size. It was 113 million versus 60 million running Freeman, but she's like the NFCA does not have the strongest shot pattern, and it's like 4 or 6 shots per round, something along those lines. I guess 4 or 8, depending on the round. Um, whereas the Reliant, as I think everybody kind of probably saw or can see, is you've got what is
It's
that?
what,
14, 16 shots per round. So
16.
it's a significant difference, and but I had Wayoon against their Freeman, but it was on a weaker shot pattern ship. Not to say that that officer can't be good on that ship, but it's probably not the best choice. So shot pattern matters, and especially if you're going to hunt what you expect to be an easy kill, then you might want to scan it first.
Well, and I think that people don't really realize just how much of a difference there is between their level and the level 69 or 70 as far as research.
Oh,
Like,
there could be
like
tons of research,
and
So not yeah.
likely when somebody's that high up, they've probably spent quite a bit of money on primes.
Hmm.
Um, and that can just be enough on its own. Even sometimes with PVE crews,
Oh yeah.
they
Um,
get unwelcome
I've
surprises.
I've struggled to kill some of the larger 70s on our server with a PVE crew, while I have a combat ship equipped with the appropriate crew and everything else, and still lost the fight when I felt like there's no way I was gonna lose. I thought it was gonna be the easiest victory ever, and still came away in scraps. And so the research
Oh yeah,
certainly does
Panda has
matter.
killed me so many times.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, that last arena match that we had last week, I hit his trash bag ship, and it was like 12 billion, and I hit it, or was it 12? No, it was like 8 or 10 billion, and I hit it with my cube, which is my largest ship. It was like 16 billion or 15 billion, and I had a PvP crew, he had a PvE crew, and I still lost admirably. So research certainly does matter.
how far up do you have your Jochum, the new one?
Uh, Not far. It's 7, tier 7. It's 60 million.
No, Josham, walk Josham, the new
Oh,
officer.
I'm sorry. I thought you were
I'm not
asking
sure if
about
I'm
the new
pronouncing that
ship.
right.
I don't know if anybody knows how to pronounce it.
Maybe
The
not.
let's see. I think tier 2. Um, because to upgrade him, you have to have that. Yeah. Oh no, he's tier 3. I've got him to tier 3. Didn't realize I'd done that.
Yeah.
So the isolytic damage there is probably helpful.
Oh, because
I'll
this
be
is a test
interested.
stream
Yeah,
and I'm not sharing it out publicly right now. I
yeah,
did just share it out to you so that you can actually see where we're at.
yeah. Whatever you
I
just
shared the
did is
studio.
echoing now. There's an echo.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever you just did, there's an echo. Let me just.
Oh, what it is you're hearing the feedback from the application. Oh, can I? Okay, you shouldn't get that echo anymore. Is it gone?
Can't hear me. Oh, are you there now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I had muted me. I thought I'd muted you, but no, the echo's gone.
Okay. It had an option specifically to share it with the stream, so you were doing the feedback through the studio software.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard me. I've got him to tier 3 right now. So same as you.
Yeah. I'm considering moving him up. So he gives a fair bit of isolytic defense. In fact, way more than any other officer right now.
Right.
So with a PvP crew, yeah, he makes a decent below deck right now. Then you put some Giorgio for a little bit of shred. You've got some crit. You've got some extra ISO damage, and you've got your hull breach, which increases your crit damage also. And then the question is, are you going with defense or are you going with more offense? Looking at
Right.
maybe DeMarco and
I would find
709.
if you've got like a ISO cascade,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's DeMarco, I think.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
Freeman.
Right. So I would just stack the crap out of that. Yeah, she is cascade.
Yeah, she's
Um,
Cascade plus double shots
right.
as long as you get your
Right. Which with Lorica you should. Right. So
most of the time.
yeah.
Another option that I don't think people will even think about usually is putting Dazak below deck.
Yeah, I know the assimilation there certainly can help. See who am I running right now? I chose a budget crew on this one. Um, I've got Apex Shred. Um, I've got Barrier. I forget who that one is. Logical Tactics. Um, it's one of the
Logical tactics.
ICAB and or whatever his name is, and Tuvok. Those pair. I've got the pair of them, the ones with no state.
Oh,
So that I get the extra cascade for the first 3 rounds, and then I get the extra apex barrier for the first 3 rounds, basically, and then
95% for me
yeah.
versus DeMarco. Icelandic Cascade, 40%. Yeah, that's double. Good
So
point.
I'm waiting on my next victim here.
They're going to be coming soon.
They should. I'm almost full, so they should be here.
And so if we're doing Hull Breach, then you have a choice of Romy or who else? I think you said Tuvok.
Yeah, I've got Tuvok under
Tuvok's
there.
worth a lot more for me, but
Yeah.
limited number of rounds.
Well, I don't expect it to last very long, right? If a level 70 comes and hits me, I'm not going to make it. But if it's the standard people that are coming at me that are sub 60, I've been doing pretty well.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna throw something out too, and maybe we'll get lucky and they'll hit me. Let's see how that works. Or maybe I can just hit a volunteer. So is there anywhere that tells us how to pronounce the names of all of the characters?
Probably have to rewatch the movies or
Oh my
Google
gosh.
it.
There's so much. And the thing is, I've watched them all multiple times. But,
Oh yeah.
you know, That's a lot. What do you think? Here's an NCF with a PvE crew.
Are you gonna go pick a fight?
I don't know. I have to drop a day worth of shield. So much
Yeah, I've got
effort.
2 days left, so I'm not doing it. I'm just waiting. Just waiting on my next victim.
I've only got 19 hours, and that's not really enough to matter.
Yeah, whoever the last guy that, well, the last guy I taunted that died on me, I made fun of, and he didn't like it when I told him I hope he had better luck with his begging next time. He got upset about that, which made me happy.
Well, it's a problem every time we get these new ships.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
at least if we have to go out there. Like, it was a problem when the Modavine came out.
Right.
Where, everybody's out there and we're always fighting. We're not even at war with anybody that matters. And the people
Nope.
hitting me aren't anything more than, watch. They're not breaking row or anything.
Yeah, no row violations, just an annoyance because that means I have to deploy my ship faster.
I don't actually mind. Like the last one, they grabbed me when I was like 90%, 95% of my hull was gone. I mean,
Right.
so they got a really good payday. And I got everything that I actually cared about, which is the insignias.
Right.
So let's talk about that with this arc.
Okay.
What do you think of it so far?
I actually like the arc. I like the I was dissatisfied with last month because it just felt lazy. I liked the efficiencies and some of the things, but it just felt lazy. This is allegedly our last month of this arc, and they've given us a crew that has no captain, which seems stupid, but whatever. But other than that, like I really do like the efficiencies that they've put out there, especially the officer efficiencies. That's a new thing for them, which is, I mean, ultimately knowing Scopely, it's probably just trying to get everybody to get all their crews maxed out just so they can replace them with a new set of crews that don't have efficiencies attached to them. So we'll see if that rings true in the next 3 or 4 arcs where they start killing off these strike teams that they've just encouraged everybody to max out. But the refinery. What's
Those
that?
strike teams are on their way out.
They've got to be. They've been
Like they
the
really thought that
peak
the
crews for a while.
retaliation squad was going to do it.
Yeah,
But like,
no.
no.
Don't make
Those
them
things-
not suck, and then they'll get used, right?
Yeah,
That's the
they're
thing.
great below deck.
Yeah.
Like we're lucky to have them. But
But yeah, so
eh.
we'll see how that rings true in the next couple of arcs. But the faction extension of the augment tree, I feel like was a great thing for this. They successfully, in my opinion, revitalized a dead point of the game where most players were done completely with that, and really couldn't be bothered to deal with it on Thursdays. So, the successful reinvigoration of that piece, I think, is a good thing. And then, like I said, all the efficiencies are solid. Giving some much needed cargo space to G6 ships. Great idea. I still have not tiered that up all the way, but it's on the list. Yeah, so honestly, really happy with this particular month of the arc, but definitely a little sad we didn't get a captain for this crew.
Yeah, that is. I don't know. We'll see if they get back to it. Or maybe the
And they
crew
probably
just isn't
will.
meant to be used that way.
I mean, maybe, but if that's true, then why do we have
Why bother?
this energy if if it's not expected to be used? um,
Well, yeah.
but
Like, literally not a single captain.
no, I mean they gave us what 5 officers and no captains.
And the obvious choice would have been, well, there should be Khan. Like,
There should be another con officer that's of the old school art instead of the Benedict Cumberbatch art for sure. Uh, and maybe they'll kind of come back, and they've done that in the past where they come back and add people to crews. I mean, they just added what last 2 months ago, 3 months ago, they added people to random crews. S31, um,
yeah, that was really a weird way
Giorgio
of going about it.
got added to the S31 crew. Yeah, they just added people to random ass crews. So we could still get a captain, but we don't have one right now out of what 4 or 5 officers. So
Yeah. Is it that many officers? Wow.
let's see, we got McCoy, Yoakum or whatever his name is, Carol Marcus, Savick, Montgomery Scott. I feel like that may be all of them, but that's
I'm trying
5 right
to
there.
put them in a group and see.
Yeah, scroll all the way down, all the way. It's the very last group. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's we got 5 officers and nobody to take the chair. Um, but I mean, we could have
I
gotten.
think it's going to be like 3 weeks before I get Scotty unlocked.
I am not doing so great on that one either. I think I still need like 25 or 26 million to get to the final tier of the first T1 heroic. And that's just 25 more shards. And I'm 31st on the spend event, so I'm getting 0 shards tomorrow. So
The
yeah,
problem for me with Scotty, I like the idea of the below deck ability, but I have no use. Like
right. No,
there's very
no, with
little
the
in the game.
slipstream, that's useless,
Yeah,
honestly, because the
exactly.
slipstream's
Well,
already doing
and
that.
not just well, this is mitigation, and I'm pretty sure
It's
this.
the same effect.
Well, the other one actually strips the shield,
No, it doesn't.
doesn't it?
No, it just makes it useless. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
you're
I could be
right.
wrong.
You're right. You're right. It's
Yeah, it
been so long
reduces the
since I looked at it.
mitigation.
I think that is like an underrated FT to get.
It's the ultimate FT.
Well, yeah,
It
and it's
is.
useful
It
in
is
PvP, but
literally.
nobody thinks that. Like, well,
Yeah.
some people do. Some people have realized it.
Yeah.
But like, in order to be really useful, you have to go 4 rounds.
Right. Um, that's true. But if the other people let you go 4 rounds, then they are
Oh yeah,
going to
then
hurt.
everything. Yeah. I find like with PvP, it's either done right away or it's, gonna go forever.
Right.
At least now that we have the Apex barrier stuff.
Yeah. And I found the shred funny because I took a couple months off and I had almost no apex barrier. So everybody's banking on all the shred just to shred the apex barrier I don't have. And
Yeah.
it wasn't exactly going to be super useful for them. And all they were doing was wasting, um, below decks on a function that wasn't going to do them any good, realistically.
Yeah. So with this arc, well, the whole arc, but in just the last, week since we got this new ship, I am making tremendous progress on those PvP officers. Like, I have gotten at least a tier of all of them. I've maxed out a bunch of them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would only have to agree there. I've gotten to level multiple officers. I've put a tier on my mess hall, thanks to this arc, and it's only going to get a little bit better as I get these efficiencies done. Um, I may not have focused my research in the correct order necessarily, but I did it in the order I saw fit, so that works. Um, but the strike team is going to be one of my priorities as far as that goes, just because it's all three of the strike teams. It's not just one. Um, the research specifically is all three in one research, so it's very very valuable as far as that goes. And then to ultimately do a 150% um, efficiency on those officers and how many shards you need per level, like that's fantastic.
I don't know. I think my game is crashing.
You just killed something.
No, I'm trying to switch screens.
Oh yeah, undoes that. There it goes.
No, it's not.
Maybe not.
I went and clicked on it, and it's, yeah. Well, we're gonna lose the screen for a minute.
And welcome to the Star Trek Fleet Command.
Oh no, it's everything.
Oh,
We went.
all right.
I wonder.
Don't wonder. No.
Huh. Yeah, it's still frozen. So yeah, we're gonna have to kill that off. Bring it back up.
Oh, my ship is full. I got any takers? Where y'all at? Come on, man. Nobody wants a piece. All right, well, I'll recall it. Ain't no sense in being wasteful.
I'm going for more insignias.
Yeah, need those insignias.
I love those things.
I just got
So what are you spending yours on? Like what's your choice?
um well, I got the Yokum guy or whatever his name is to tier 3, so that took some because you had to spend the insignias to get the officer shards, and then you had to spend more of them to get the affinity to tier him up. And then I've maxed out the priority one epic assignments, which I think took them. I maxed out the priority one unlock cons quest assignments. I've maxed out for my officer level the cons favor, which is a fantastic one to use. And then I'm working on the Apex Shred
I didn't
right
realize that
now.
they capped that.
Yeah, it's how many epic officers you have at rank 5, and apparently I only have 31.
You must be getting
So,
a lot more insignias than I am by punching
um,
down lower.
well, I'm just able to leave my ship grinding
For longer.
relentlessly, and then
Yeah.
yeah, and walk away and not have to worry about it. So, and I don't fill up as fast. So I'm not as much of a target for the beggars.
I've been working on the
Um,
cons favors, but I'm only at tier 6.
uh,
So it's
I max at tier
22k
7.
now. It's like crazy.
It's expensive. I'm working on the shredding. Shredding to take it to tier 7 is gonna cost another 15.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been popping the shredding lately. But the thing is, I'm not
yeah.
sure that that's the way for me to do it. Like, I think right now, if we work on the officer and then we get the con stuff, well, I've got a lot of con research left to do.
Well,
and
I've
skill
got a
tree.
lot of con research left to do as well, but that shreds 100% all the time, and it doesn't matter what you're hitting. It's players, hostiles, and armadas, and it goes up to 50%. I want that.
Yeah,
Um,
but they've got a lot of shred in here too.
sure. But if you, I think I've already maxed that out on con.
I
Um,
don't I don't think I have anything in here maxed out. Well, no, that's not true.
the
Most of all the PvE stuff, because I'm a
which
PvE
is the
player,
shred.
not a PvP player. Um,
Yeah,
and then anything that was for arenas.
yeah. I have what do I have? I have 9,200 of the cons things. I don't think they're going to do
I mean,
another event to use spend it though.
look at this. On combat start increases Apex shred against players, 100%.
Yeah.
So if we just sat here and tiered this up, we're gonna get way more than what we're getting off the other. In fact,
Well, but that's only on players.
oh, but it's tied to other things.
Let's
Sure, you're
see.
right. It is only on players. But a lot
Like
of
the
stuff
other
doesn't
thing's
have any
always there.
Apex anyway.
Um,
I mean, I guess the Crenum stuff has barrier.
right. But then I would say next month, whatever new challenge they give us is going to be full of Apex barrier.
Ah, you're probably right.
And the hostiles you're hitting with your Reliant also have a Apex barrier.
Well, that's definitely true.
So, um,
I did pick up a new Prime out of this week or month's store. My mere credits.
yeah, I picked one of those up too. I think I took the research one. I think that, or not that was research. Wow, there's the smartest thing I could have said ever. I took the bonus amount one because I feel like that's going to make a big enough difference because I'm so lazy about going and actually getting the stuff.
We've
The
been
raw prime raw trillium mining bonus. Uh,
oh, I just don't
let's
think
go
that's
test
worth
that.
anything. It's like
I mean,
if I just bring that SEA in there and do the mining, I'm
yeah,
getting
but your NSEA is better than my NSEA. So if
I,
I'm getting 3 million now of the Terrell A and I use that and now I get 6 million, there's value there.
I just want to point out that they have beryllium spheres in the store right now. You can buy them.
You can buy them. That's true.
Free.
Free. Oh man. So this Reliant I just noticed has the parts go all the way up to epic parts. So it's very much like the what's the Revenant? Is that the one we just finished?
Yeah, except without the cool scrapping feature.
Yeah, no. Well, cool slash somewhat annoying to have to start over each time, but yes.
Yeah, but like you went right back to
Um,
your level.
yeah, pretty much,
Or
yeah. And I liked getting
one.
the refits. The refits made it feel like, hey, look, I got some. Like now it does more damage and
Well, I like the
something.
10 days of like material pulse.
That too. That was nice.
Like, just give it to me.
Can you scrap it at your current level and get more?
I wish. Like, can't we? Why can't we just keep scrapping it for bonuses?
Right?
Make it a little bit more like the exchange stuff.
Yeah. The what was that? The Stella. There we go.
It's been years,
It has been a long time.
you know, and it's still a weekly event, and people still do it.
They
It's
do.
amazing
I
to me.
see loads of those armadas kick off, but it's usually somebody like sub 60. I don't see many people over 60 doing it still.
Yeah, I I don't see any value in it really. I'm
No,
still like
none.
pulling the stuff that we get out of freebooters and whatever, and I still do freebooters religiously. But
Oh, yeah.
um, yeah, it's kind of a waste.
you know.
At some point, we need to drop loops. There's so many loops.
And they've been doing that to a degree, but they need to go a little faster. Um, I mean, they just closed really the two most useless loops ever because they were already closed with freebooters. Go hit 7 ships and you're done with them. Um, but you know, that's what they chose to add into the store. Not that I feel like the last month's addition to it, which was the Fisha and the what was the other one called? Whatever the Fisha
Uh,
replaced.
oh, the regular Devore.
Yeah, the Devore. Thank you. Like those, I don't feel like most people were paying attention to those either. So it was a useless close, but it was still nice to get the bonus. And people that are still trying to mine the con lat and stuff like that, like they get a nice chunk of extra now and everything. So kind of everybody's happy along those regards, but I'd rather close a loop that I'm actually having to participate in versus closing a loop that I get to ignore anyways. So
Yeah, that was unfortunate with this font.
and I still haven't finished
I mean, I still appreciate that the loop is, like, done, but
oh yeah. Well, and I mean I did the Franklin one first because I wanted the whole health, right? You
yeah,
get a crap load of whole health for closing that loop.
I
So that's
noticed
nice.
that, and I did a few, and then I decided, well, I
Yeah.
really want Franklin A, so I'm back
But
to
Frank A was shield health.
yeah, I know.
I don't have a shield problem, and I don't know
I
if I have a hull problem either, but I feel like the hull was better.
Well, for PvE, I don't have a problem with anything. The
Right.
only thing that's come up that's been a challenge for me is like the level 70s out in this new augment space. And
Right.
um that's of course not the survey, which is the one I want the most. Um
Right.
and then they did like a special event where it was some stupidly large 70 plus only ship. I, yeah, I don't even think you saw that one.
No, I
Because
wouldn't have.
I'm pretty
No.
sure it's only 70s. So it was like 4 trillion power or something like that. And it was like a mission boss. So most of the crews don't work on it. It was nasty. And I couldn't do it because I was 2 tiers too low on my Crenshaw, which I have now added 2 tiers to since they did it. Oh,
And
I
they'll
did get
never do
another
it
tier
again.
this weekend. I'm over 60 billion.
Seems like a lot.
I mean, it's not, but I hate that our Monday night arenas are like everybody is 110 billion, 160 billion.
Right?
And I'm like, yeah, they just killed me.
Yeah. I mean, I have to run from everyone, so I get it.
I mean, even when I'm punching down at somebody on size, because I'm a PvE player, more than PvP at least, I tend to lose. I've had people with much lower tier ships even beat me just by having much better officers. And it's not like I don't have any officers. Like, I have everybody except the current 2 from this arc,
Right.
I think. Yeah, just those 2. But like a lot of them are just, well, maybe not a lot of them are level 5, but they're just not tier 5. Which is funny because I'm like at 96 on the mess hall now. Like so close to maxing that thing. And I have almost every building done at this point. Like, I don't know what's left. Oh, I got 2 levels on Nova Squadron. Oh no, not Nova Squadron. Independent Arcus. That's it. And then the generators.
Right.
But it's just like, why would I upgrade these generators? There's no incentive and it costs materials. Well, costs Sigma RSS. And yet I'm still doing them.
Sure. Because that's what you're programmed to do.
I just have to. I like that little, upgrade as much as you can in one building thing.
Yes, that's and the
Just violates all of the requirements for other buildings to be upgraded as part of it. Like, I don't think you're just allowed to upgrade this all the way normally.
well, it'll only let you upgrade it as far as you can take it for whatever your restriction is. So if
Yeah, but I thought that
for
there were building
example,
restrictions, like you have to do them 1, 2, 3, 4 type thing.
no, the
Maybe not
like
on the generators.
yeah, the generators just require like C requires that A's been upgraded, and then E requires that C's been upgraded. They go down their column. Um,
Okay.
yeah, G
Yeah, I see
requires
that
that
now.
E. Yeah. So you can upgrade it as far as the next one per se. So it's but it won't
On
let you
each side
upgrade.
of each one of them.
Yeah, on each side of
Yeah.
each column, but it won't let you violate that.
I mean, I kind of love that because, like, you get the benefit of it when you're
Well,
gonna get
yeah,
free stuff off
and
your alliance.
and
And
each
it's
help,
like,
yeah, each help is more significant, right? You get days off the timer when it's longer
yeah,
versus a couple of
yeah,
hours or something here and there. So yeah, it's definitely nice. And when you're just burning through, like I still have some of those buildings that are sub 60, so I'm just burning through like non-Sigma stuff, which I have copious
right.
amounts of. And so it's no big deal for me to try to upgrade the building 30 levels because I can.
Well, and I've been done with Op 70, at least as far as getting there and then having the station mostly upgraded for a while. So now I've got like 93 million Sigma.
Right.
So
Para,
I can
hook
do
me
these.
up.
It doesn't hurt me at all, but they take just a little bit of things I care about. Which I don't think I'm done with the lithium, and I don't think I know I'm not done with Trent. So I keep putting them off because it isn't really much bonus to it. Like, if I run out of stuff, then I am gonna get to use the generator. Ooh,
Right.
but I don't run
But
out of
it's a
stuff
crappy
usually.
amount. And it's a
Every time
crappy
I get
amount.
down there, I'm like so happy that I get to click the button and get them all.
Yeah. And you get 5.
Like there's not enough buttons to make me OCD happy in this game. Like, there's so many buttons everywhere.
There are a lot of
I
buttons.
can't handle it when they're not clicked. They need to go away. Like, red things should be gone. But of course, half of them don't actually mean anything.
Right.
Like, section 31, you can get 38 things right now. Oh, field repairs. Yeah. Don't care. On old chips? Maybe I should care, but I don't.
I mean, maybe you should. It's possible.
Maybe I should. I admit it. I'm waiting for the day when I can get some of the things I actually care about in there, like officers. And we're getting these knocked out through the new arc, so they matter less. But I like my GS 31. It looks so pretty.
Garbage ship.
It is, literally. It's a garbage cow.
Yep.
I need to do this
So
stupid
let's
pen
see.
crew thing.
Yeah, you should. You got to hit like 40 hostiles. You should get on it.
I like the badgy one. That made me happy. Badgy needs that less.
All right, so let's test this. I'm not done yet, but I'm gonna try it. I've mined 125 or 1.25 million of Trill A. So I'm gonna pull my ship off and I'm gonna see what happens.
And then how long did that take you?
It doubled it.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple minutes. So it literally, whatever amount you mine with any ship, it just doubles it
Off of that prime.
off of that one prime.
All right. So if anybody's watching, because I'm still recording, the prime you're talking about is this one. Prime raw Trillium mining bonus.
Yep.
That is pretty cool, actually. Okay, I didn't totally understand it. I thought it just made it a little faster, but it does by doubling it.
Right. So I'll take it.
Today's the day I
Especially
need
because,
to
like I
go out
said,
there, too.
this is why you should listen to me more often than you do.
Yeah, well, I went with something that would benefit my PvP because I'm sick of dying.
Sure, that makes sense.
I just, I want to be relevant in arenas.
I've just resigned myself to being the guy who kills the hostiles.
Poor Winter carrying us.
Yeah, he's good at it though.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that our alliance has somebody like Winter in it.
Absolutely.
He's not only super nice and friendly, but he
So did you
he's
do the
good.
Apex barrier one? Is that the one you did or the ISO damage? Which one did you do?
You know what? That's a good question. I did. Oh, no, I didn't do either.
Oh,
I didn't do it. I did Prime Wave Defense Central Entity.
that doesn't help you at all in PvP. I don't know if you're aware of this.
You're right. I was going to do the Apex Barrier.
Then you saw yellow and clicked.
Well, no, I got to thinking that I'm so close to getting through that, the level 60 ones. And all
Yeah,
I need is just a little something extra. I
there you go.
thought I'll just send every one of my ships in one of them, and then I'll get one of those 70s jump, and then I'll survive. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my GS-31 gets big enough that it actually kills them when it fires. I guess I need one more tier for that. Hello, Mr. Winston.
Where is my GS31? Tier 9. One. Can't quite tier it yet. Not
Winston's
quite.
got an itch.
I'm getting close to tier 10, but I'm not there yet. But you did say that the beryllium spheres are in the store.
Beryllium spheres, Vindicator parts, pretty much all this stuff. The only thing that they
Oh,
don't have is the GS-31 and the Reliant.
right.
At least I don't think they did.
I wouldn't have the reliance tutor.
Yeah, but I don't think they have the GS-31 either.
Right, because they're stingy.
Well, they always make us spend money.
They try to.
You know, I would actually buy the shape metal or memory alloy stuff, um, and use it on my cubes, but it doesn't scale to the level of your tube.
Right.
Like
It's just an
one and
amount.
a half million is like literally nothing. It's not even a token as far as I'm concerned. So I did the relativity once too. Working on that ship. Because they added those.
I did
Limited
see that.
catapults, whatever. So, oops. Okay,
What do you got your
that other
relativity
event
up
started.
to now?
I don't know. Tier 10, I think.
That's where I'm at. Yep. Tier 10 and 3 parts. I could do a couple more parts, but there's no event, so I'm not going to click that button yet.
No, I'm tier 9. 2, 4, 6, 7 parts. Got a couple more to go.
Yeah, my relativity.
I called them all too already, so it's.
My relativity jumped in size. It went to 3.5 billion.
I think maybe tonight I'll be able to go to tier 10.
Nice. The 10th.
And then if I could
So
get, like, the shields and the hull, it'll be pretty big.
yeah, that's where the bulk of the power comes from.
Yeah.
There's actually very little power left in the rest of the parts on that tier. So
I've been slacking
the
on all
10th
my loops.
is a 5-day Crenum solo and Formata event.
Yeah. I
So
didn't do full
Tuesday.
pulse because of that.
Tuesday.
I have like no rare G6.
Yeah, I'm very low on that. Except for crystal. I have crystal. I just don't have I don't have enough para to use it.
Yeah. I have pretty much nothing.
Para
I
poor.
don't need much though to complete my SMS tier for at least the first one for Scatty. But it's like Scatty's really not that useful. Like I
Yeah,
can't see anywhere where I'm gonna actually put him below deck.
I'll get him because I want to. I'm a completionist. I want all the officers. But yeah, I don't particularly see him as the greatest addition to the game. And maybe I'm just not seeing the vision around it yet. But
well, loot gain on hospitals or well armadas. It's not nothing, but when it's not a full crew, like we don't have a captain to use him with, so he just becomes a side officer, like 5.
right,
And we already have 5 fully tiered.
right.
Tier 1 just doesn't matter. Tier 2 doesn't matter. Tier 3, maybe. Especially if you're running 2 armadas at the same time.
I mean,
I guess in arenas it might help. Maybe.
Maybe could be another arena officer.
Yeah, well, agreed.
But he's gonna have to be tiered, at least a 4 before that's gonna matter, though.
No, I don't think so. If he's on your second crew.
Yeah.
Your first crew, yeah. But like the second crew, I think he might be enough lower. Maybe at tier 2. Maybe tier 3. I don't know.
Anyway,
I just don't see much value in him. And I don't know that anybody else does either.
Right. Well, then people are spending enough. They're spending enough on it.
I'm only top 20.
I'm not even in the top 25. I get nothing.
245 million. But that's because it is reliant. That thing's insane.
Oh yeah. Him leveling it up. And maybe that's why he did it. He's like, oh, max out the ship and I'll get this officer. But
after you pointed out the firing pattern, he might have done it just to use that ship for PvP.
He may have. It's a beast.
It's something. Like, it doesn't seem like that would be a great ship, but there's no other firing pattern like that on any other ship.
Cube is the closest one as far as I know.
Yeah, and the cube goes to 160 million power or billion power.
Billion. Yeah.
And that thing is like 20 some. So, yeah.
Right.
But there's probably a certain point where, you know, it would be the top one.
Yeah.
for
So the
user-
cube's
or
firing
for players.
pattern is 12, 6, 12, 6, 12, 6 repeating. And the Reliance firing pattern
It's
is.
16 every round.
Is it every round?
Yeah, every round.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
And you put somebody that gives you double shots.
That's 32 shots per round. Yeah.
I have a feeling that that is why Panda put it there.
It's possible.
Like, we might find out that at the top
Monday's
tier,
gonna
that thing's
suck.
doing more damage than anything else.
Yeah, Monday's arena. We're gonna see that pop up.
Maybe. Well,
What's
let's
the
look at the ship
impulse on
again.
it? How fast is it?
You mean actual impulse speed?
Yeah, like
Yeah. What does it have for abilities though? Like, I don't think.
oh no, its ship
anything is
abilities are
useful.
useless. Everything about its ship abilities are geared
Yeah.
towards the augment people.
Right. So that's not
But
useful. And I'm gonna guess that
the
those guns aren't particularly strong compared to other PvP ships. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
You know, I went out to the same space with that ship, and you honestly can't even tell that I equipped it with a PvP crew.
Yeah,
I've
because the
got
ship's
five-
abilities are so
I've got 5
damning
million
towards
loot,
the.
and I never, when I see it get hit, it barely damages the shield. Like,
Yeah.
it barely damages the shield.
So if I max out the ship on STFC, yeah, there should be a significant difference. The DPR on the Borg cube on STFC is 55 million, which we all know is not accurate because we've seen shots come off that cube that are more than that alone in a single shot.
Sure,
But the
because our research is
DPR,
insane.
yeah, and then the DPR off of this ship at max tier off the Reliant is 2.5 million. So it is not a PvP warship per se.
No.
So
no,
we'll
it
see.
doesn't even really compare.
But I feel like with somebody like Panda's research level and the right crew, other people are going to have a really hard time doing anything about it.
Should I go test it out? See
I
how my
mean, if you
Crenshaw does?
against what?
His maxed out Reliant?
Does he have
His-
it with a PvP crew?
No, he's got a PvE crew on it. Bet you if I started killing him in the 70s, he'd have a PvP one on it.
You really want to wake that bear?
No. No.
I'd say let him sleep.
I'm sure Dread's already out there blowing him up.
Probably.
Doesn't know when to stop, usually. garbage scale is at like 5.6 billion. I just need that next year.
Well, I have a really early flight in the morning, so I'm gonna hop off here and
Yeah.
be a good little boy and try to go get a few hours of sleep.
Yeah, I think it's probably past time to end this stream anyway.